Robert Hargrove defines a masterful coach in 5 parts: partnership, which is to demonstrate a total commitment to the client's success; future orientation, which is to create a culture of possibility in your coaching sessions; reinvention, which is to prompt a personal transformation within the client; cognition, which is to think outside the box and see the biggest picture for the client; and finally, expansion, which is to encourage the client to define and actualize a compelling vision in their life. Hi, my name is Bryce Elbert. If you're not familiar with me, I am a health coach and I work with some of the best Madden players in the world. I work to optimize their health and their life. Today, I want to share with you how my coaching practice works and some of the things that I personally target when I'm working with a client. Of course, with being a health coach, one of the main focuses I have is a health focus. And for the health focus, what I like to do with my clients is to create a compelling vision for what it might look like for their health in the coming future. It could be the months, years. What do they really want to get out of doing sessions with me? And then I like to help them build really the ultimate morning routine. And this could look like doing cold showers. This could be like early sun gazing. There could be all sorts of ways that we can customize this and finding things that ultimately the client likes to do and to really help them supercharge their mornings. The same thing goes with building a high quality night routine, maybe trying things like blue blocking glasses. We can try blue blocking lights, certain time for cutting off electronics, and really working on having like a time of just relaxation in the evenings. Those types of things can really help build like a strong nighttime routine for the clients. And then, of course, one of the things we do is building the ultimate healthy diet. And really, this is going to be specifically tailored to the client. This is going to be how much time do they have? How much energy do they have in order to actually successfully pull off making the healthiest diet? And this could come down to us working on like meal prep and helping them design other things that's really going to help them get the most energy out of the diet that ultimately they like and they have enough time to make. Then we'll also do stuff like building the ultimate exercise routine for the client. This, of course, is the same kind of customization as you would see with our diet plan. How much time do they have? How much energy do they have? How much effort do they have and want to actually put into this exact part of their overall regimen? And then I work with the client to maybe set higher goals within their exercise, and this also works with those other categories as well. Another thing that I do is I also have live grocery calls that I'll do with the clients. And if the client is, especially if they're starting to get into coaching, they might be unfamiliar with like what the best versions of each food might be. So I've had an example in a previous video of like how to find the best eggs, for example. I could do a live video call where the client will actually show me on camera the types of items. Maybe they want to go buy yogurt. Then I can specifically help them over a live call pick out the healthiest kind of yogurt for them, and this will really help speed up the progress in terms of, how much nutrition they're getting in, and it can really speed up weight loss. And it really just helps this learning curve of starting to understand what the healthiest foods look like. And not only that, I can help them tailor it specifically to their budget. Another area that I really like to target is toxins. And this is not nearly one of the more popular topics, where most people might even consider this something that is just completely passive. They might not even consider this something that's worth focusing on. So targeting toxins is really important. And typically we start with household products, so a lot of just like cleaners and other chemicals that you might have around the house. I will help them go through and find the cleanest ones. And you would be surprised at how many cleaners and things like that are actually linked to cancer and other harmful, ailments. And then we also do this with like personal care products. So there's a lot of, for example, like deodorants that contain aluminum and other harmful products that could get on every day when you're using these kind of products. And the same might go for like cleaner types of toothpaste or other personal hygiene items. We could go through and help eliminate them. And the great thing about this is once you already have a structure in place for these, it's really easy for the client to just continue to buy the same product. There's really not a whole lot of extra learning or a lot of difficulty involved there. One of the major areas I like to focus on is getting high quality clean water. And a lot of people, if it's through tap water or bottled water, are getting tons of just microplastics in their water. And this can be linked to all sorts of ailments like cancer or even potentially diabetes. So, of course, getting the client over to having clean water is probably one of the main important areas. And especially even if a client was drinking tap water, for example, there could be all sorts of heavy metals and just other toxic chemicals within that water that you don't want them consuming. Another area that I've more recently started to add some focus on is player performance. And what this might look like is maybe helping a client build just like a steady routine, a consistent routine during the day. And so this kind of balances it out with like having a morning routine and a nighttime routine. They'll probably have a specific playtime that we've worked on and we've decided is most optimal when it comes to maybe their tournaments, or if someone else is doing some sort of other craft, this is still applicable as well. What's the best time for them to work? Or we might build it around some sort of work schedule or school routine or some other routine that's taking up time. So for player performance, this might help be building a recovery routine from their craft or whatever they're working on. And some of the things that we might talk about would be like deliberate practice, and that would be like setting specific focuses on training certain areas that they really want to work on. So, for example, if you have someone who's a golfer, we might focus on just certain types of putting, and I could explain that type of idea to them. I'm not particularly a golf coach, but we can kind of get a bigger picture on what their practice might look like and how they could specifically train little areas in order to become a master at their craft. Another big area is helping the client get over the fear of losing, and this is really applicable into all areas. Madden players experience this a lot. A football player is going to experience this. But even the everyday person who might just be working a regular job is going to experience some form of a loss or a letdown in their life. And really, we can focus to build inner game where the client can overcome these kinds of obstacles and really help them continue to build out more success by getting over bad humps. Another big area with their performance would just be of just getting like a bigger picture on how their craft or what they're doing really integrates into their life and what they can do with that in the long term. Instead of just being like short term thinking, we can really look at the long term and big picture thinking. And also with this, I can help them in their own personal life or with their craft to help set and achieve some better goals. And we do this in all areas of the coaching. And also finding what motivates the client the most and what really excites the client the most. And this will help us kind of target what we really want to work on and what's going to be the focus of our sessions. And of course, this is going to change throughout time. And another big component that I found to be really a big game changer for clients is starting to integrate more life coaching into my practice. While, of course, I have a major focus on health coaching, it's inevitable that clients start to have other areas in their life that maybe they're struggling with or really that motivates them where they want to work on it the most. And so for life coaching, a few examples of this might be to help them build a bigger vision for their career. This kind of goes back to that larger and big picture thinking. This is really important to help clients really stay motivated through the coaching, but not only that, be motivated to make big changes in their life and to have something in their life where they're really excited to always be working on it. So when you have something that's really a big vision, it's a lot easier to get up every day and to be more excited to really work on the things that inspire you the most. Another thing with life coaching would be to overcome self-doubt and negative thinking. A big thing that I'm working on integrating into my practice is to help clients build a more positive mindset. It's really easy to get sucked into negative thinking, and positive thinking really goes a long way. Building routines is another big part of this. And this could be just building routines of like reading habits. And of course, this goes back to our exercise and nutrition, things like that. But it could be a habit of maybe meditation or some other habit that might motivate them or a habit that they want to do. And another big part of this life coaching is to identify barriers that might be holding them back. And that's more of on my end. But then once we've identified these barriers, I can help the client work through them, and that will really help them be much more successful in their life. Building short term and long term goals is a big component of this as well. Another area that I like to work on with the life coaching, and this is kind of all already integrated into it, it's just kind of helping bring the client into more personal development and kind of self help. And this might be encouraging them to read more and to really build more of an initiative to just work on rounding out their life and to creating something, really amazing and help them get amazing results in really all areas of their life. And this might be from like relationships or career to maybe like business, money, all sorts of areas in their life, maybe even spirituality as well. Helping them build a focus and a practice that can help them gain more knowledge in all of those areas that's really suited to them. Another area that I've recently been working on is to help clients like increase their energy levels. And without going into too deep of an explanation level, a low energy level might be someone who's just like lethargic, not very motivated. And at the top of energy levels, you might have someone who's like joyful and ecstatic, really helping the client build through energy levels to get up to that kind of energy. And this is also great in terms of business coaching. I found a lot of success more recently working with someone who is leading a business. And so when you have someone who is working on their own energy levels, they can focus on helping other people in their business or their organization build those types of energy levels as well. And this really helps get amazing results in terms of how energetic everyone is, how motivated they are, how excited they are to work together. Because if you have everyone at lower energy levels, it's going to be a lot more difficult for everyone to really get along and be productive. And another area is just helping release difficult emotions, helping train the client to really just release bad and maybe negative emotions. And this can really go for all emotions. When a client's more capable of handling and being more masterful with their emotions, this can really result in some amazing results in really all areas of their life. If they're not being dragged down by just negative emotions, this can really be a barrier for some people that is going to really go through their entire life and help them get results in any area that they want. So, overall, my coaching practice right now has a big focus on health. That's probably the main area that we're working on right now. And then a couple of like a subcategory to that might be like focusing on toxins. And then a few other areas that I've been working on integrating is player performance and really the life coaching. And if you'd like to know more about my coaching practice, feel free to reach out to me in messages or leave a comment down below and I can get back to you. I'll also have a link to all of the things that I discussed in this video, a nice overview. So if maybe you're interested in coaching or referring someone to coaching, you can have a nice overview of what my coaching practice actually looks like. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.